Haha, yeah, baby! Stay tuned. Wander on, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, hey, it's Josh with Wander Farther Further. I kind of wander myself all farther and further up into about 9,200 feet in Colorado to a nice, completely off-grid location, and have decided that, oh, you got a ball, you better go get it. I'm gonna build a nice off-grid house up here. Got my 3 supervisors with me that definitely keep me on my toes, keep me pointed on the right track. Want to document it for my own sake, and if you all want to come along with me, you're happy to come along. Hopefully this little knucklehead will cause some laps, right? I know, just throw me the darn ball, Papa. Just throw me the darn ball, Papa. So everybody is worked up. We got a storm moving in. We love that water. Let that stuff soak in. Sure would be nice if he'd clean that ball first before he gave it back to me.
Oh, the place that I purchased had an existing building on it. I think it was like a horse building at some point. It used to be storage, but yeah, I mean it's not in bad shape, but definitely not built to live in all year round. Just kind of more of a nice summer place. So first thing we did when we got there last year is we kind of just took a walk around and explored the area. There's a nice view looking right there is looking southwest. Yeah, so it was the 4th of July weekend last year, and decided to go out and do some exploring. Went up Wall Mountain Road. The reason I went up there is to be able to get some logging, cut some winter firewood and stuff up there, but wanted to check it out. Well, everybody, as much as I want to keep on going up that road, it is the 4th, and I have house guests coming over for a barbecue because Fremont County has lifted their fire bans. We're going to have a nice barbecue, nice little bonfire outside, and have a good old celebration. So we're heading back down. I'll catch you later. Wander on. We had a nice little get-together that evening. Family and friends came over. Beautiful skies. And just enjoyed the time. Then it was time to get ready to look at, really inspect the building. Had some kind of cool little appliances in it. Not going to serve me very well. But once I started getting in and looking at the bare bones, there wasn't much going on. Insulation was shoddy. Wiring looked like a rat's nest. And just didn't feel comfortable running electricity through it. So decided I needed to go a different direction. Of course, I had my supervisors to help me. And, friend came out and visited, brought his dogs out. That's Buck there, hanging out with my dogs. And so he came out and we worked on mainly getting some shelving put up in the little lean-to, get some additional storage so I could start cleaning out the containers that I had. And once he took off, worked a little bit on my own. Then my neighbor needed some help, so I went over and helped him. We got his garage all finished up so he could move out of that trailer you see in the background there into the garage that was pellet stove heated, so he and his wife would have a place to stay during the winter. So that took priority over anything I needed to do because they needed some place to get in out of the cold. So helped him, and like good neighbors, once I helped him, he came over and helped me. Notice on the background I filled in that double door with a regular man door. And this is just to kind of give me a little bit extra storage area, and if I needed to pull the Jeep in out of the weather so I could work on it if I needed to, which I did a little bit, but mainly I just use it for extra storage space. Getting that thing level out here is kind of a dickens, but we'll work better on it next time. Oh my goodness, I got some dogs. Yep. I tell you what, that Disco, she sure would be a good defensive back. You notice how she took a nice beeline and cut Shakespeare off. Yep. Well, one day I decided I want to figure out what my supervisors did during the day, so I hooked a camera up to Disco and discovered that pretty much Disco just does whatever Disco wants to do. So here we go, going out there to check on Shakespeare. Take a look around. Oh, yeah, there we go. We better go check over this stuff. What's going on? Oh, this looks like a good spot. I can just watch from here. Oh, look at Shakespeare being a good guard dog, too. Uh-oh, squirrel! sometimes we get distracted from our supervisory duties. All right, so let's take a look inside the place. I built that. It was just empty. That's when I was planning on living in the winter, but other things happened. That's the kitchen. Just nothing really much there. A refrigerator. That's funny. That seal on that's so hard that it doesn't refrigerate. So it's more of a pantry. There's my little office area that I get to work out of, and end up having to that's the upgraded stove, so I could heat up with. Honestly, insulation is like half of what it's supposed to be. It's a quarter in the attic. So yeah, basically I had to have that thing raging all the time. But it's not a bad living space. Never know when a supervisor is going to be watching you. Always got to be on your toes. So yeah, and then this is behind the place I ended up house sitting over the winter, and so once I kind of had an idea of what I was looking for, it was time to start doing some research and getting online and pulling out that code book and doing drawings and revisions and changing my mind, and had a couple different ideas that I went with. You see, originally there I was going to go a bump up on a third story. If I kept it under 200 square foot, no big deal, but didn't decide to do that. Would occasionally go back and check my possible build site, see how the snow drift goes in there, how the sun warms it up, where the patterns are falling. All that good first-hand knowledge that you can get if you have the opportunity to not build right away. So then it was coming back to the drawing boards. Originally I was trying to go for a little bit narrower and longer of a house, but decided not to go that direction. It ended up being what it is. I think it's going to work out really nicely for me. So you can see there, that's where I was. I was back in trying to figure out how I was going to do that third story, 200 square. And the IRC Bible, and just looking up spans and trying to figure out all that good stuff. And then it's time to head over and see if I couldn't figure out what was going on with the water over at my place.
The original water line. Oh, watch out, sweetie pie. It's a Savannah. So it looks like to me, if I stand about right here, getting a good spot for this. All right. So if you take a look back over that way, you see the house right back there, and you got this nice clear path through here, and then goes up, and then you can kind of see how it looks like there's a nice little path right through the middle there. So I'm pretty sure that the water line, or my best guess is the water line comes straight through here, right through there, and that's the shot that it takes. But I need to find that for sure. So I'm going to do a little bit of digging and see if we can't find it. Hope it's not down too far. Well, sometimes things just turn out right. Man, things just keep seeming like they're lining up just in the right order for this build that it's meant to be. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed and hope we keep getting lucky like this. Come on, lumber prices, you can fall too. So let's go check out why I'm so happy. Kind of hard to believe out here in the middle. I mean, I had a little bit of guide to go off of, but out here in the middle of nowhere, there's the size of my hole. And what did I find at the bottom of it? Yep.
Oh, Disco loves the bones. Geological area. And that was on the way over to check out my site. It's always fun seeing the wildlife around here, just walking around. All right, so once I uncovered the pipe, I needed to dig it out a little bit more, uncover it all. Then I could cut into it and splice into it and see what kind of water supply I had. So here we go, stripping out the buried cable and getting it all ready. Realized I didn't have the right kind of nuts to put on it, so switched over to the PVC, got it all hooked up, and then got the right nuts, came back and hooked it up. And it's time to hook up to the generator. So I put my generator over, and guess what I found out? My generator has a starting watts of like 6250, and my well pump has like starting at 6,500 or 7,000. So it would kind of turn it over for about a couple seconds, and then it would just like nothing. It would pop the fault. So yeah, that was a learning experience, but at least now I knew what the issue was. So call my neighbor who has a little bit heavier of a pump, and went over. Yeah, that's the one that didn't do it. There's my neighbor's that does work. So here we go. Yep. So we got a great day going on. Just stopped by the old Fremont County offices and got the septic all in the works. So that should be done here pretty soon.